Good evening, I'm Prasad and this is KiniNews. A French-based company linked to the LCS scandal also appears to have played a role in the government's controversial purchase of Scorpene-class submarines. Now a veteran lawmaker has called for a probe to investigate whether there is a link between the two scandals and a murder.
DAP veteran Lim Kit Siang has urged authorities to investigate whether the littoral combat ship scandal is linked to the older Scorpene controversy and the murder of Mongolian national Altantuya Shaariibuu. Lim also set his sights on two former police personnel who were convicted of Altantuya's murder and given the death sentence. In a statement today, Lim said their death penalty should be commuted to life imprisonment in exchange for their confession as to who had instructed them to murder Altantuya. This comes after two separate audits on Putrajaya's procurement of the LCS reportedly reveal that there may have been a deal between the main contractor and shipbuilder DCNS before the government issued its contract. This was based on a quotation issued by DCNS to Busted Naval Shipyard in 2010, 1 year before the government awarded the LCS contract to BNS. DCNS, now known as the Naval Group, is a French-based company that developed the Gowind design for Navy vessels. This was the design approved by then Defense Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi despite objections from the Navy as the LCS's intended user. It is also the same company that was key in Putrajaya's controversial purchase of two Scorpene-class submarines in 2002. According to an audit commissioned by Busted Heavy Industries Corporation, the quotation issued by DCNS was unusual and indicated that the deal was predetermined. A similar finding was also pointed out in an audit report prepared by the committee chaired by former Auditor General Azmin. Altantuya was murdered on October 18, 2006. When Sirul and Azila were tried for the murder, it was revealed that Altantuya was in an affair with Abdurraza Baginda, the owner of several companies involved in the Scorpene submarine deal.
Zahid Hamidi is being investigated for sedition over his comments on the judiciary linked to Najib's failed SRC appeal. Police have confirmed that an investigation is being conducted by Bukit Aman into last Saturday's speech by UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. The speech allegedly contained seditious remarks. In a statement, its corporate communications head said a total of 12 reports have been lodged over the matter. The speech is being probed under Section 4(1) of the Sedition Act and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act. The investigation is being carried out by the Classified Crime Investigation Unit of Bukit Aman. In his speech during a special briefing to party delegates over the weekend, Zahid had touched on the federal court's denial of Najib Abdul Razak's application to submit new evidence in his final appeal. Zahid argued that this prompted questions over unjust prosecution. Najib is now serving his 12-year sentence at the Kajang prison. This is after the federal court upheld his abuse of power, money laundering and criminal breach of trust conviction linked to SRC International. Zahid was also reported as saying that preparations were being made to free DAP's Lim Kit Siang and Muda President Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman of the respective corruption charges, despite the fact that trials are still ongoing. Zahid isn't the only one being investigated. His past counterpart, Hadi Awang, is also being probed by Bukit Aman for alleged racist remarks.
Past President Abdul Hadi Awang has been questioned by police to facilitate investigations into allegations that he made racist statements regarding corruption. According to Bukit Aman, he was present for questioning with his lawyer and cooperated throughout the recording of the statement. The questioning was done at the police headquarters in Bukit Aman, where the Classified Criminal Investigation Unit is probing the case. The Marang MP is being investigated over a Facebook post on August 20th where he blamed Malays for being apathetic to voting, resulting in non-Malays and liberals gaining control of the country's political power in the last general election. He also said that corruption stemmed from those who reaped profits through illegal means, alleging most of them were non-Muslims and non-Bumiputra. The police had said on Sunday that 28 police reports have been lodged against Hadi. He is being investigated under Section 505(c) of the Penal Code on statements conducive to public mischief and incitement, as well as Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act.
Yesterday, we reported how Zahid Ibrahim and his partners were seeking an apology from the Malaysian Bar President. Now Hisham has joined the fray.
Lawyer Hisham Tetangga has described Malaysian Bar President Karen Chia's media statement about his conduct during Najib Abdul Razak's SRC International Corruption Appeal as defamatory. In a statement today, he hinted at a defamation civil action against her. He said her press release dated August 19, 2022 has attacked him and his legal team in the strongest terms. He added that the statement is both mischievous and highly defamatory. Malaysia Kini is attempting to get a response from Chia over Hisham's statement. Yesterday, it was reported that lawyers Zahid Ibrahim and 2 other counsel had issued a legal letter demanding a retraction and apology from Chia over her same press release. On August 19th, the bar released a media statement condemning the conduct of Najib's legal team during the Apex Court appeal hearing. Chia had described the lawyers' conduct as amounting to an abuse of the country's judicial process.
I can forget my year-end travel plans at this point because UMNO appears confident the election will be held this year.
UMNO Deputy President Muhammad Hassan believes that the 15th general election will be held this year. He said Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob has strongly hinted at this. Speaking at a Pahang BN gathering yesterday, Muhammad said Ismail Sabri has made a commitment to hold an election soon. However, he said the Prime Minister could not give a date. Muhammad added that if it is held this year, surely it would not be in December due to the expected floods. The current Dewan Rakyat term will expire on July 16th next year. However, Ismail Sabri is under pressure from his own party to dissolve parliament to pave the way for fresh polls. The move, however, could potentially make him the shortest-lived prime minister in Malaysian history. Meanwhile, Muhammad urged BN component parties to focus on the general election first before worrying about their respective party leadership polls. Muhammad also suggested that Pahang BN's biggest threat was Perikatan Nasional and warned his colleagues to be prepared.
Rafizis' statement on Azmin Ali appears to have hit Bersatu Youth's nerve. In a response today, the youth wing called the PKR leader insecure.
Bersatu Youth has condemned Rafizi Ramli's alleged attack on Azmin Ali at last Saturday's PKR GE15 convention. In a statement, Bersatu Youth Executive Committee member Haris Idaham Rashid said Rafizi's statement was uncalled for and based on pure hatred. He said the PKR Deputy President clearly has not moved on from petty political quarrels. Haris added that Rafizi is displaying to the entire nation how insecure he is and afraid of his own shadow. This comes after Rafizi advised party members not to backstab each other like Azmin if they do not get positions within the government during elections. Rafizi was referring to the Sheraton move where Azmin and 11 other PKR MPs defected to Bersatu, causing the collapse of the Pakatan Harapan government. However, Haris alluded that it was PKR President Anwar Ibrahim's pressure on former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad that led to the Sheraton move. Haris further added that apart from demonizing their political opponents, PKR and Harapan could offer nothing beneficial to the Rakyat.
When Najib was Prime Minister, he also tabled the budget because he was also the Finance Minister. But Ismail Sabri hasn't decided who's going to table the budget this year. But he seems keen on doing it. Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob said he is ready to table the 2023 budget in Dewan Rakyat himself if allowed to do so by law. He said it is necessary to check first whether the matter is allowed according to the constitution and legislation. He added that the government is waiting for the advice of the Attorney General and he cannot explain the situation himself as there is a conflict. On August 27th, Perikatan Nasional Chief Muhyiddin Yassin reportedly said that the Prime Minister may table Budget 2023. This came a day after Minister in charge of Parliament and Law, Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, said that the tabling of the budget in Dewan Rakyat had been brought forward to October 7th. On a separate matter, Ismail Sabri said the UMNO Supreme Council meeting last Saturday was held in a cordial atmosphere. He also denied the suggestion that he was threatened with being sacked as UMNO Vice President if he did not fulfill the party's request to dissolve Parliament as soon as possible. Ismail Sabri may be undecided on certain things. However, when it comes to handing out goodies to civil servants, it appears to be an easier decision to make. Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob today announced several goodies for civil servants. This includes an additional 100 ringgit in their annual salary increment and a special financial assistance of 700 ringgit for 2023. He said the additional increment of 100 ringgit is for civil servants from grade 11 to 56 and will be paid in January 2023. He also announced the special financial assistance of 700 ringgit for civil servants grade 56 and below. Meanwhile, government pensioners and non-pensionable veterans will receive 350 ringgit, which will also be paid in January 2023. Ismail Sabri revealed this at the 18th Civil Service Premier Message Gathering today. At the event, Ismail Sabri also announced the increase of maximum days for the cash award in lieu of leave to 180 days from the current 160 days. Join us on Thursday to find out if Rosmah Mansour will be joining her husband, Najib Abdul Razak, in jail. Also, selamat menyambut Hari Kemerdekaan. Enjoy your off day tomorrow, and I'll see you on Thursday.